What's up, guys? So I have started building this one. This is that I-Flight nazgul that I doubled everything on, and it's really thick. I've decided, since this ESC is good, I'm going to try to use this ESC on it. So I'm going to mount it with screws. I'm going to mount it real shallow though. I'm going to run the Vista in it. I got my camera mounted up here. I'm going to run this little T-Motor F7 Mini 22. I'm going to put it right there. Right there. Right like that. Right in the center of that damn ESC. And I'm going to use it with this stuff. I'm almost positive it'll hold it in place. That's the stickiest stuff I've ever seen. Works really good. So I believe I'm going to put that there, and then my unit will go in the back here. And then I'm going to use those motors I got from Ike, them 2207.5 1750 kV motors, and run 6S on it. Alrighty guys, check it out. This is the I-Flight nazgul. I got her put together, and lordy mercy, I've used that tape. I mounted the ESC, and it does work. It works great. There's not a thing in the world wrong with it, because I have tested it. But I mounted the ESC with some bolts, as you can see here. For the flight controller, I went with a 20x20, and since it's 20x20, there's no way to mount it on here without one of them little brackets, and I didn't want to print one of them. And I kind of like soft mounting my stuff, and I've run things like this just glued before. It's not really glued. It's got that magic tape in there. I don't know what it's called that Ike told me about. Man, that stuff's great. It's gummy. That damn flight controller won't go anywhere, but yeah, it's soft mounted. This air unit back here, it's soft mounted with that stuff. My little receiver on the side here, it's mounted on the side of that with that stuff. I've been running it like that on my Tanq, and I had it, the other one in my Tanq mounted. I mean, not my Tanq, my Dimbot. It's mounted like that. My air unit, it don't go anywhere, so I shouldn't have any problems. I've got my receiver here, got my antenna from the receiver coming out right here. My air unit, or my Vista unit, antenna's right there. Got the camera mounted up here. My beeper, there was a square hole cut out in the bottom of this plate that the battery fit perfectly in, and then it just sits flush and tight in there. I mean, very tight. It's almost like it was made for it. But yet my beeper is on the outside of the drone under here. But yet it's not going to get in the dirt or mud, so I can hear it a lot better now. And there's my in that hole that was cut out in the frame right there is my capacitor. And I put those motors that Ike could give me on there. These are the 2207.5 King motors, 1750 kV. So let's put a battery to it and see if it's going to work. Let's try the beeper. Beeper works. D-shot motors work. Motors spin. Ooh, they're quiet too. Reverse works. Forward works. Well, look how fast them damn motors can change directions going back and forth. It's amazing they don't just blow up. Alright. I got her tuned up just like my Dimbot. Exact same tune on it, exact same rates. This thing turned out sweet. Also, if that ever quits working to where I can't shut it off with the battery, now I can get to my little button, because my little button on my beeper's right there. Alright, I can't wait to test this thing tomorrow. Man, look how thick this joker is. But yet it don't, I bet it don't feel like it weighs. I don't think it weighs as much as my Dimbot. I swear I don't. I cut me out a little hole in the plate here so that can go on. That's what it's going to look like together, guys. And look how much room I still got in there. And I've got this thing lowered. I'm going to have plenty of room for battery straps in there. And I've already lowered the deck on this thing. and all these, and the weight distribution is going to be great too, because if you'll notice, the battery's going to be on top up here, okay, and look how thick the bottom plate is. So you know, all this in here, how thick it is. So that I believe it's going to have, and this frame, I already know it flew phenomenally. This is one of the best flying frames. This iFlight Nazgul is one of the best flying frames I have ever flown. It just wasn't that sturdy by, you know, just one frame by itself. Everything was too thin. That's why I had to double everything up. But now it's so thick it would not break at all. So I am tickled, man. I'm definitely going to be trying this out tomorrow. Now this one won't be quite as powerful, even on 6S, as the Dimbot, because the Dimbot has, I think it's 1860 kV, and these are 1750. So, I mean, you're talking 1000 kV less, which is quite a lot. But it's just, it still should have plenty of get up and go. I am tickled, man. I am tickled to death. Alright guys, you'll have to stay tuned tomorrow, because it's $12 at night. I've worked on it pretty much ever since I come here from flying today. I come here and started working on this thing, and it really shouldn't have took me that long, but I had trouble figuring out just exactly, because I got all these other parts here, and I put each part on there one at a time and looked and seen how I wanted what to go and where, and I ended up deciding on the way I went. So I'm trying to think ahead and make the best out of the parts I've got. Alright guys, y'all have a great day.